Okay. So, hello, Steve. Nice to meet you here.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you. As you may know, my name is Don. We are from the Redshirt radio crew, a German podcast. We're doing every Thursday a stream on the internet. And yeah, we have the chance to ask you some questions, and I hope you will answer them.
I can't wait.
So, yeah, one of the first questions, this was already revealed, was if there is any new faction or something like this, but this was revealed. There will be a TOS faction. This is really cool. So I guess I will take some of the other ones first, because many of the German people would like to know, especially regarding PvP. When will there be any improvement, any new features, anything new? Can you say something about it?
So that ties in with another announcement that we made was the console release.
Yeah.
We're looking at something potentially next year.
Yeah.
As we're earmarking some time to spend to improve PvP. But nothing on this calendar year as we have the expansion and the console launch coming this year. Okay,
but what exactly? There's no details about?
Yeah, we've had some whiteboard type discussions, but nothing I don't want to put down officially.
Okay. Okay.
We've talked about it.
Okay, but I have to ask,
Yeah.
Yo, regarding this, do you play yourself Star Trek Online? Do you also play PvP or just PvE or just for the community?
I generally play PvE queues and I play the episodes.
Okay.
I'll play PvP sometimes, but most of the time I'm working on my reps or building up our fleet.
Okay, so you prefer the Federation or the Klingon part or the Romulan part?
I play Federation.
Okay, just Federation. I
have all three characters maxed to level 60.
Okay.
Because I have to, because I'm the executive producer. Generally, I play Starfleet just because I'm a fan of the show.
Yeah.
I want to fly my Defiant.
I know what you mean. I've also a little bit more with the Federation than with the others. Okay. Then we have from the community, we have collected some more questions. Is there a plan to repeat the special episodes to get those rare bridge officers?
Yes, the featured episode replay.
Yeah,
yes,
something like this. And I'm not sure, but there are also some of the episodes which have not been repeated yet. I'm not sure but there should be some.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've run this promotion, but we are planning to run it pretty soon.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And regarding this, also there are many different marks you get for the play. You have the Romulan marks, or you have the many different marks. Is there a plan to combine them into one single universal mark? So
you mean the marks for like the reputations?
Yeah. Also, they are different. There are marks for. Just help me, anyone. What marks have we?
Fleet, Omega.
Everything.
Yeah, so it's all the different reputations.
And they are all together for just one type of mark?
The reason why we don't do that is there might be a queue that you've played 1,000 times and you can beat as quickly as you can, and you could save all those up, and the next reputation comes out, and you don't need to play any of the new stuff because then you already have all the marks.
So in special one, the ISA, the infected space.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I know what you mean. Okay. Yep. Then we have a question. There have been many new ships in the last time, and that's really good. But is it also planned to put more of the specialized interior of the ships? For example, the NX class. It's really I heard really often that will there be any interior? Do you know it? And I have no idea, but I can ask. So
the interiors, like the Voyager interior and the Defiant interior, those take a very long time. So we want to make sure that we're definitely going to use them, not just selling them to the players, but use them in the game before we're going to make that call. Like when we made Voyager, we used it in several episodes, and it was used throughout Delta Rising. So when we're looking for ways to make the Enterprise D interior, make the NX interior.
So it is planned. And will there be for the new expansion for the TOS series? Will there also be some more from the old series from the interior, or even from the new future ships? Will there also be the interior?
There'll be a bridge for those, but not a full ship interior.
Okay.
But the Constitution interior will come with just playing the TOS faction, you'll just get that interior,
Okay.
so you won't have to buy it.
Okay, but some more of this TOS interior maybe for other ships, for the new ships, for the I'm sure how the newer one was called, like the Dreadnought or something like this. Is there some new interior in the TOS style additionally? So
No,
is that
no.
some new rooms?
No, not in the TOS style, but it'll be a new, the 31st century style, the future style.
Okay, good. Then was a question: are there any plans to add the Gamma Quadrant to the game?
Yes.
Okay. Short answer.
I can't say more than that, but yes, there are plans. DS9 is my favorite.
Okay.
DS9 is my favorite. So yes,
And you have no little clue what's the reason maybe to add it, or what's just a little hint?
we actually just started talking about this and came up with a good story last week, literally right before I came.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you what it was, but we're laying out that story so we can work our way to that point.
So it may be a part of the future story. So after maybe the not this, but the next expansion maybe take place there, or the over next, or
it's a good bet. It's a good bet to make.
Okay. Yeah. What other questions? Are there also, as we all talked to new content, is there also plans to add new planets like New Telex, Denobulor, Cardassia, Prime, Ferengina, and so on? Are there any plans to add those places?
As we expand sector space, if we need to expand sector space, we can add those planets. I know the community's been asking for it, and we've had people internally talking about it as well. Okay. So it's something that is in our plans, but doesn't have a set date yet for when it will.
Okay. Maybe, in other words.
Yep.
Maybe in the future. Okay. Yeah. Also, are there any plans for the STFs, STFs is also the English word, I guess. So, are there any plans to add some special branches for the classes? So you have to combine, for example, a science and a tactical ship or officer at least to solve different STFs?
We've talked about that before, and in general, Star Trek Online tries to encourage anyone to play any way they want. And so we don't necessarily use the trinity, the tank, healer, DPS. Yeah. You could have all. So the fact that we want to let anyone fly anything they want is the reason why we generally shy away from that in queued content, because we want people to be able to pug this content, right? Just play it in a group, just enter the queue. Not everyone has 5 people they know that are going to have the right ships or have the right classes to go be able to play. Okay,
it's reasonable. I also know it would be cool if we have some. Yeah, we need a technician to repair this. I do not know some technical word. Yeah. It would be really cool in sort of gameplay or. Yeah. I also understand this. Yeah. There's also one question. It's Terra Dome.
Yep.
Are there any plans to re-add it in some new way?
So there are some people on the team that like Terra Dome. We would want to rework it probably completely before we release that again. People remember it fondly, but if you played it again, you'd realize why it's not there anymore.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about how long had we approached on this? Some 3-4 hours until we gave up. This was we tried it. Okay. But this was a question. Some people liked it really. Maybe it was hard enough to be in the elite place. So if you beat it, okay. Are there plans that kits and modules will also be upgradable, like it is done with ships and with shields and weapons?
Yes, actually, that's something that we've been working on. It should happen. It should go live before the end of this year. Before the end of this year, that you'd be able to upgrade your kit items.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Then one question is also in favor of me. Is there any are there any plans to add the remaining parts of the Soul system? Because I know there are some places like the shipyards, which have been in the game for just a short time. It was a celebration last year or 2 years ago, something like this. There is a place, but it's not there actually.
Just have it open all the time for people to go to?
For example, and also new places known from the series and something like that.
Yeah, we've talked about it. They're in the Foundry. We have all of the Soul planets. You can go to Pluto, you can go to all these different places. and we've talked about bringing them into the game, potentially pulling in some gameplay around them. So that's possible because we're talking about some new smaller events we could bring in and add to the game in the near term.
Okay, but it's not something that will be happen this or next year or something. It's just maybe anyone.
I mean, any of these things can happen at any time.
Okay.
Because we have all these plans. There's things everybody wants to do. We just have to pick which we're going to get done on the schedule, and then we're going to deliver.
Okay. So another question was done. Are there any plans to rework the HUD? But as I learned from the presentation, there will be something of a new HUD, some new engine or some improved engine.
Yep.
So I guess I'm not sure. I didn't see the complete presentation. Do you have already samples? How look?
Yeah, you'll see in the panel that's right after this.
Yeah,
you can check out some of those images, and we'll be having blogs. They'll be going live with images of the new HUD. All of that is for console, and it's unlike the lighting change, which is good for everybody who's going to console and PC. We want to make sure that the UI is generally well received by the community before we put it onto the PC, because it's optimized for a controller. And so I want to make sure that our PC community that's been playing for 6.5 years enjoys how that looks and plays as well.
Okay. So in regards to this new, is it possible that you play with console players along with the PC players, or is that complete separate? Yep. Okay. Well, in fact, in some way, I would like it to have those really large community, but I guess it's a little bit hard to balance this.
Yeah, the main issue is technical. We go through certification processes with Sony and Microsoft.
Okay.
And so typically, our build goes to QA and then gets shipped on PC. And then once it's on PC, we send it to Microsoft and Sony, and they approve it. Okay. So if it was all one server, everyone has to be on the same build. You can't have two people playing on two different builds. So in order to keep everything the same, it would be kind of tough with the way the delivery schedule works. Okay.
It's okay, but there are technical reasons for this, so okay. Regarding this, there's also a question sometimes, especially if the server load is a little bit higher and you get not responding. Are there any plans, for example, to move or to use a dedicated European server farm or something like this, or is this just the American servers?
Yeah, typically we're just going to use the American servers. Our servers are centrally located in between Europe and the West Coast.
Okay.
So we probably get the same. When I play in California, we probably have pretty close to the same thing as you have in Germany, because our servers are on the East Coast.
Yeah, it's okay, but sometimes there is a problem. But interestingly enough, some people, one town far away, say, I have no connection, and the next thing, we have no problem. So some people say, hey, it would be better if we have it here in Europe, but I guess it's not really the only solution for this.
Yeah, because we only have one shard, right?
Yeah.
We don't have a European shard. Everyone's together, so the data center is together.
And maybe if this would happen, there will be more diversion between the players, because one is on this server, one is on the other servers, and they cannot interact with each other, I guess. Right. Okay, yeah. Is there, or are there any plans to give more audios to the older video sequences, to add more audio? There are some which have just a subtitle and no text. Do we have plans
for the old cutscenes? Yeah, we've actually talked about that. Looking at piece by piece, going through, and every time we bring actors in, if they have, sometimes one actor has 5 or 6 different roles that they play. Bringing them in and having them record some of those lines, so you can just collect them as time goes by. So that is something we've been talking about. Okay,
and are there also plans maybe to add a localized version of the audio? So, for example, for the Germans or for the French people, I'm not sure who are the main groups, but are there any plans to add localized versions?
It was a decision we made a long time ago to not localize. Okay. Star Trek Online has 6.5 million words as of today. And I think 40% of that is voiced, and so that would just be significant.
Okay. Yes. Of course. Okay. Yeah. What other questions? Regarding, there have been for the new Dawn, there had been the announcement that there are more science and rebuild missions and like this. And currently it's not really that much of it. What are the plans for this? Or when do such missions appear?
So those missions were with New Dawn, and we were kind of the Iconian War is over. We have this new kind of era where we're exploring a little bit. You met the Lucari, and you had some interesting encounters. But the goal was to build up again to another enemy, another fight, and it's culminating with Expansion 3 with Agency yesterday.
Okay.
You saw the last episode, the Dakul kind of disappeared into the past, and if you've seen the blogs, you can see that they've been kind of messing with things. So now we've got to get those agents from the TOS area to help us out. It's going to be an interesting conclusion to the story arc for everybody.
Okay, cool. So now, that's the other questions that I had here wrote down. Any other questions from the people around?
The studio audience.
Anyone? Don't be shy. Okay, so then
My question's on paper.
yeah, but I think I asked them. Then I just asked, do we have some exclusive info for us we can provide? No.
You're the only person that's asked about the kits, so that is exclusive to you
Okay.
guys. Nobody knows that except for you,
Okay, cool.
so that's exclusive.
Okay.
But because we just announced PC, and we just announced console, and we just announced the expansion. We put some information out there, but we're going to have blogs every single week going over all of our features. Agency yesterday's on Tribble. If you wanted to check it out, if you're one of those people that likes to spoil yourself.
I'd like to, but it was yesterday, so
I
it
know
was.
you're here. So that's there for you when you get back from FedCon, and we're going to have a lot of information coming out constantly until the release of both the expansion and the PC console games.
Okay, so then I have to say thank you for your time, for your answers, for your patience. And I hope we can do this in the future sometime again. Would be great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And so thank you and bye. Just say bye.
Bye.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. That was really cool.
That was great.